evening, YouTube. You guys are not watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. Today we're going to be doing a huge extravaganza. That's right, I'm playing against 3 decks in this one time. 2 of them are full matches. Well, actually, 1 of them is a full match. I'll digress into that one later. But this time I'm going to be playing against Chainburn. Ew. One of the decks that I hate playing against. And of course, I don't know that I'm playing against Chainburn. And I open up pretty bad, and I'm like, well, I mean, if he can't make Castell, then I think I'm strong, so I'll just make Bills and see what he can do. He's going to go Duality into, and that's when I realized that, fuck, I'm playing Chainburn. I contemplate on quitting out. I'm like, you know what? I want to show you guys how the Blackwing matchup is against Chainburn, and which I don't know. Chainburn, Nurse Refuel Burn, they're all the same thing. It's Burn. It's nothing else more to it other than burn the opponent. So I'm going to go ahead and special summon, or normal summon, Blizzard to special summon Sirocco, and I guess I can try to get as much damage as I can, and then I'll switch Bills to attack, and attack directly. If you guys did not know, yes, I am going at times 190 speed. That's right, because if I weren't to go at times 190 speed, this video would be an hour long. So yeah, we're gonna speed it up a little bit more. He's paid 4,000 life points to block my attack, as you guys can see, and then he drew a whole bunch of cards, and I'm like, whoa, okay. He's at 1,000 life points, so if I did play Gaga Cowboy, I mean, I think I would have been in a better position, but I'd rather just, you know, not play Gaga Cowboy and play better cards right now, and then lose to stuff like Wall of Revealing Light with 4 back row. That's fine. Anyways, moving forward, I'm just going to go ahead and make Black Rose, and then bounce Black my Black Rose if I need to make Black Rose again, because he does have an astonishing good field. He goes Reckless Greed, I'm going to chain Compulsory to bounce my Black Rose so I can make Black Rose again if need be in the future. And right now I'm looking at his hand like that's a huge amount of cards for me to Black Rose you. And granted, it wasn't the best of plays, but first of all, I had to get rid of that Wall of Revealing Light. And secondly, he had an enormous amount of back row. I mean, I couldn't really care about his hand advantage, but I have to get rid of that Wall of Revealing Light. The only thing that's really keeping him from losing right now are Battle Faders and Scrap Iron Scarecrows, so I felt really comfortable with that right at that given time. And there he goes with the Scrap Iron fucking Scarecrow. I fucking hate you. Damn, I hate you. Just hate. So he goes Upstart Goblin, and now I feel really comfortable. And then he goes the second Upstart Goblin, and now I feel even more comfortable. Because you guys have to remember, anytime you're playing a burn player, especially a Nurse Burn player, and they're playing Upstart Goblins without bad reaction of Samachi or Nurse Refuel, that means that they have a really bad hand and really need to draw cards. The 11,000... he now has to inflict 11,000 points of damage to me to win the game. And right now, I mean, I think it's really a downhill slide for him. It's not much else he can do other than rip 3 gift card and then have to rip something else as well as the Nurse Refuel, as well as the bad reaction. He's going to go try and guess, and I'm like, what the fuck is this card? Essentially, he's going to gain 3,000 life points and save his own ass. Something I really didn't expect him to do, but whatever. I mean, I didn't even know that they can do that. Normally, they do it to give your opponent 1,000 life points, so when Nurse or bad reaction is on the field, they can just go, bah, 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 bah. You're going to take all this damage, you little nigga. And I'm like, nope, not today. So, I mean, he's really on the back pedal of his deck, and he summons the Nurse Refuel, and I'm like, that's a really cute card. Let's see what you're going to do now that I have a face-down Fiendish Chain. So I'm expecting gift card and maybe another gift card and possibly another gift card knowing my luck. So first gift card, nah. I'm going to let you go ahead and activate that one. And if it resolves, I take 3,000 damage. He puts me down to 8,000. And then he goes Life Equalizer. And I'm like, you know what? That merits a Fiendish Chain right there. And yes, I will gain all those life points. So thank you very much. None really much else to that. He lost that game, so let's go ahead and get to game 2. After that, I basically dwindled his resources. Now, I know you guys are like, what the fuck are you running Debunk for, the TheCaliEffect? It's for those freaking hand traps that he runs. I hate losing, or I hate when people activate Battle Faders and all that other riff-matash to prevent me from going for game, but it's going to be very useful. Young Man's Blind MST, I want to say it cost him the game. I mean, granted, setting the MST and waiting for the appropriate time, I don't think that it wouldn't have been helped because I had 3 back row at all times and his deck isn't aggressive. But then at the same time, he would have needed to hit that debunk to win the game or to save himself from losing the game. Let's put it that way. He go ahead and summon Carcardi. I'm like, nigga, nope. Nope. I know you don't play Lance, so yeah, that's perfect. I'm just going to inflict as much damage as I can so you can't get off Rollover Revealing Light in case you do draw it. So Icarus Attack is going to take care of his back row right there. I draw a Skill Drain, which, you know, is one of those cards that's just really good against the opponent. So I'm going to go ahead and special summon Zephyros and normal summon my Shura with my normal. Then I'm going to go ahead and debunk. And this is going to put him completely out of the Wall of Revealing Light zone with only 1,000 life points. I could go Key Beetle. I could go into a couple other cards, but I mean, I'm playing against Burn. There's no need for me to go into these said cards against this player. He's gonna go Carcardi, and I'm like, well, I could flip up Skill Drain, but that's not beneficial at all. With more back row, the struggle. And I'm like, you know what? That's fine. I'm just still gonna go ahead and go on with my plays. No monsters that are in graveyard. Gift cards, fine. Thank you for giving me 1,000 life points, or 3,000 life points. Don't know why you did it. And then he goes into that Trap of Darkness card. I did not know what it did, and I didn't know that he can draw so many cards. Why doesn't Exodia run this? Like, that's freaking crazy. He drew all those cards, and I'm like, yeah. But, to the next game, bro. Let's get into the next one. Host ranked match. Let's go. TheCaliEffect is ready. We're gonna play Dojo Dude, are we? Come on, TheCaliEffect. Hit that. And this is actually the Battlin Boxer match. I'm gonna lose the second part, or there's actually 3 matches into it, and I'm gonna lose the second part, but I took it out because of time. And secondly, he Raigeki's my field, and I don't draw another monster, and that's the reason why he won. Granted, I mean, I drew low on monsters on that given time, but I mean, I didn't feel that it was very relevant. You do need to draw monsters in Blackwings. I mean, just like you would need to draw monsters in any deck, and I wasn't awarded monsters in that particular game, which, I mean, it happens. So I'm gonna think about Shura, but no, I'm gonna activate this Black Whirlwind and then normal summon Shura. Shura is gonna get me Kalut, and I really need to get over this monster, because if I do let it sit, I allow him to gain advantage off of Despero Imp, so I'm like, nah. And then on top of that, I would love to get advantage off of, excuse me, I would love to get advantage off of Shura myself, hit him with that 800, because now I'm so swag. And to be honest, I don't really have a good reason to play freaking Vayu anymore, because, I mean, granted, the level 5 monsters are nice, and even going into your level 5 or level 6 synchro for free from Vayu is even nicer. But it's just the fact that there's no level 5 guy and no level 4 guy, and most of my monsters that I do play are level 5 and level 4. He's gonna go into that airplane card and, you know, special summon Marimello, and then hits my Fiendish Chain, and I'm like, Raigeki, break this shirt. Or I'm not in the mood for Exciton and shit. And Icarus Attack this bullshit. I ain't about that life. Nothing much else for him to do. I'm pretty much gonna dominate this game. Excuse me. Just because of the back row that I've drawn and the type of presence that I did, it's really not much he can do. I did stop his initial big push, and I mean, that's what's initially going to cost him the game. Don't pay attention to the Batman I was listening to or playing in the background. You guys didn't need to hear none of that. He's going to try one more time. He's going to send Glassjaw to add Switch Hitter, and I think that's like amazing. When I first saw him send Switch Hitter to the graveyard from the headgear, I was like, why the fuck would you do that? And now I realize why it's so good to do. I'm going to go ahead and Fiendish Chain the Black Ship of Corn to, you know, because he sees the Clute, I see the Clute, we're both not blind, we know that it's a Clute in hand, so, I mean, hey, it is what it is. He's going to go ahead and Solemn, and that's actually going to create game for me, because now I'll just run over his monster with Kalut, or run over his monster, drop Kalut, special summon through Shura, and then go for game. So not really much he could have did right there. It was a lose-lose situation with Solemn. Game 3, like I said, I did lose game 2. I felt like I had a really solid board, just did not draw a monster. Go to sleep, Xbox. Just or anything relevant. So game 3, Bora, Icarus Attack, and Black Whirlwind on the field. Let's see what he can do to make a play. God, I needed that water. And he goes Typhoon my Icarus, and I'm like, fuck. Now I can't get over his, his major play before he goes into an X-Eater Synchro. But I still have a really, really solid hand, so I'm not even tripping. What is he going to do next? Summon Glassjaw? Oh, wow, I'm so psychic today, even though I've seen this. I think his logic behind Glassjaw is that if I do summon a monster to get over it, which, I mean, I kind of have to, then he can just add Switch Hitter back to his hand to Switch Hitter the Glassjaw. I don't necessarily, or I know why he can pulse my monster, but it would have been more beneficial to allow me to run into the Glassjaw so he can get his Switch Hitter back to his hand. He doesn't want me to get a search off of off my Blackwing's monsters, which is perfectly fine. And he's going to deny my search, my summon, my first summon, which is a big glaring weakness for Blackwings, for the first 2 turns, and that's really going to set me in a position I do not want to be in at all. I'm really in the danger zone right now if I can't get a summon right now, so it's like, I need a summon right now. I mean, especially since I drew no freaking traps. I mean, only runs 17 monsters, but I love to draw Monster Clog. That's what this deck loves to do. All that Monster Clog, too strong. DD Crow comes to my rescue. We're going to summon Shura. I'm sorry. We're going to summon Zephyro, and I'm going to lose it to a Torrential Tribute. And I'm not, like, too salty over it, because I'll just Zephyro, and then he goes Debunk, and I'm like, you struggle. You struggle. Who plays Debunk against Blackwings? You struggle. Mass Chameleon targets a Glassjaw. Yeah, he's going to lose that to a DD Crow. Don't care what you say. And I'll take the 1600 damage. That's nothing to a real nigga like me. We're going to go ahead and activate the Black Whirlwind one more time. And, man, what do you have? I'm going to go ahead and normal. No? Normal summon Blizzard? Sure. We're going to normal summon Snow Cone. Snow Cone special summon Shura. We're going to go right into Goyo Guardian. Mr. Snatcho Bitch Goyo. I'm going to summon him in defense. I'm just playing. Put him in attack position and snatch the monster. Now, there's times where I wish I played Leo, and this is one of them. I know Leo wins games. I know me being able to summon Leo is not hard at all. But I just don't have the room for him. Leo's an amazing card, and it's very situational at times, but sometimes it's worth it, man. I mean, sometimes I just gotta play Leo. Gonna switch to Chameleon attack. Normal summon Shura, activate Black Whirlwind. That should get me Kalute. And it looks like this game is pretty much wrapped up through that, unless he has something. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. I don't know why people side that against me. I mean, it's probably one of the most ignorant cards to side against me. Oh, I guess I decided to give him life. I gave him one more turn. The last game that I did play, I did draw my Stygian Dirges against him, and it ruined him. But the problem was I drew Stygian Dirge, Stygian Dirge, DD Crow, like I drew a whole bunch of ass, and I was like, ah. So attack with, oh well, I can't attack with Crow for game. I should have Typhooned the, no, I was right. I mean, it really doesn't matter. This game is practically over. I have the advantage, I have the power, just like He-Man. I mean, unless a Morphing Jar came off the list, then I felt like I had a really good field presence, and that's essentially going to win me the game. Let's get into the next match. The match that I lose in game 1. The guy puts a lot of presence on the board. He's playing Bujin, and for some reason, I don't know, when I play against decks like Bujin or Badolches, they just seem to have all of the answers. Now, granted, I lost because I lost. He had a good hand. He was a good player. He played effectively, but I just felt that this man had all of the answers. If he had one less of the answers to put the game in my tide, I felt that the game would have been, you know, and even then, I don't even think I would have won, just because even one less of the answers wouldn't have helped. But opening Yamato and then activating Blackguard, and I'm like, ah, oh, fuck, this is a Blackguard build. Blackguard builds are pretty hurtful. He's gonna go Yamato and sends the hair, and I do not know what exactly, or no, he adds the crane and sends the hair, and I don't know what the hell is he doing at all. So I'm like kind of skeptic, because you know it is I'm sorry, a Black Garden build, So I think my best bet would to be make Black Ship a Corn and activate Vanity's Emptiness so my Corn's attack doesn't get decreased and I get his Yamato off the board, because he seems really set up for that Yamato. So we're going to go ahead and make Black Ship a Corn and then flip up Vanity's Emptiness. That'll help me right there, you know. But this man has all the answers yet again. The Book of Moon. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Book of Moon. Okay, I have Fiendish Chain. If he doesn't summon another monster, then we Gucci. We straight. It's nothing, you know, I can just flip back the Corn and then remove the Yato for the game. I know he has Crane in hand. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to him since there's nothing else I can do. And, you know, let's see what he can do. I mean, the Yamato game right now, and I need to get over this opposition. He doesn't summon a monster and attacks with the Yamato, and I'm like, okay, Fiendish Chain. Now you can't search, or you can't do anything. So he goes, the Forbidden Lance, and I'm like, oh my god, I hate the Forbidden Lance. I hate you right now. And then to add cream to the cake, he goes Honest, and I'm like, well, that's just amazing. My setup to get over Yamato has now been thwarted, so I mean, I can't really do much right now. And seeing that Yamato and Crane were both in his hand, he didn't have any other monsters after I got rid of Yamato with Black Ship of Corn, and he couldn't special summon, so it would have been perfect. It would have been the perfect time for me to dominate the game. But we're going to go ahead and set the Fiendish Chain, and I pass my turn. I'm thinking Black Rose. I think Black Rose would help me get over this. I don't know why I'm thinking Black Rose. It makes no sense right about now. But he go ahead and summons his Crane. He's going to go into Bujin Susuono, and that is a struggle, because when Susuono hits the board in a Black Garden deck, he does so many good things, like, you know, boosting himself back up to 2400 even though Black Garden is still in the field, being able to attack all of my tokens so it doesn't matter how many times he summons. I go Fiendish Chain and he chains Turtle, so, I mean, I tried, Bomb. There's nothing I can do. He really just dominates this whole first half of the game, and like I said, it's completely nothing I can do except for try. Sets more back row, that's fine. I draw the Compulse. I'm like, sweet. Alright, Compulse. Black Garden, yeah, that's fine. Special Summon Gal, yeah, that's fine. Alright, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and half the attack of Susuono, and then I'm going to go into, not Black Rose, we're going to go into Armor Master. Sure. Armor Master is actually going to be a key to me surviving for a very long time. I would never expect Armor Master to have such an excellent match against Bujin's, period. It's just, man, it was good. It forced him to activate Hair, and my Crane, or my Armor Master cannot be destroyed by battle, and I take no damage. Like, that's another thing that I forget. The next thing about Armor Master is that I put black feather counters on his monsters every time he battled, and then I can make the monsters attack 0. So it was like the perfect card to go into. The only problem is that I neglect that, you know, I go Compulse, he has all the answers again with Decree. I neglect the fact that I don't take damage, first and foremost, and that I already battled twice. I didn't need to battle with him again to put a second wedge counter on him. But I go ahead and do it anyways. I'm like, yeah, I need to battle with it to put 2 wedge counters. Realize that it only matters when it battles, period. I don't have to necessarily tackle it. I don't necessarily have to attack it. And I give him an extra draw, which, I mean, I don't know how it would have changed the game, but, I mean, it could have. So, we're going to go ahead and make the monster attack 0. Gonna drop it on him, and I feel amazing right about now, just at this current second. And then he goes Tinky, and I'm like, fuck, he plays Bear. And then he goes for Yamato, and I'm like, okay, alright, I can feel this. I mean, Saved by the Bell. I don't know why he didn't go Bear, but that's fine. I don't care which you drop with Bujin, Yamato, and then he goes fucking that card. And I'm like, alright, sure. We're just going to attack over the Yamato. If he has a card to save his Yamato, then obviously I'll lose. Let me just use this. Doesn't matter. Yellow swag. You know, hit him with that damage. Say that I got it in. And this man, he has all the answers. And now, here's where I'm feeling a little more comfortable. I go Black Whirlwind. You know, he has no monsters. All he needs to do is draw Beast Warrior to win. But he doesn't draw the Beast Warrior yet. So I really have a good chance I don't want to necessarily say coming back, but of putting some damage on the board at least. And the very next turn, he draws the third Tinky. So, yeah. That was my game against Bujins. Great player. I got to give it to him. Really good player right there. But this man drew all of the answers. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything less in his Bujin deck at all. Wait, do I have another comeback? Actually, I think I do. No, I think I have another comeback. Yes, I do. I have one last comeback before I lose this game. And, I mean, it's kind of pretty. Alright. So, the comeback is, I'm going to look at his graveyard. I'm going to stop looking at his graveyard, and I'm going to summon Shura. I see Decree on the field, so I know he has no way to stop me. Shura's going to get Bora. And then we're going to special summon Bora, obviously. Can't get any more tokens. And then we're going to go to Excited Knight. But the rule with Excited Knight is that more often when you go on Excited Knight, you're probably lost anyways. So, I mean, it wasn't too bad to go into it. I actually found a use for him this time. I got rid of his whole board. And, like, we're on a 3-on-3 battle right now. And he draws the card. The Bujin Carnation. And I'm like, and the Black Garden again. It's a struggle. It is a struggle. Nothing to be said about that. I mean, it's nothing I can do. So, let's go ahead and go into game 2. I feel like I drew the nastiest hand ever. All monsters, yet again. I don't play a deck full of monsters, so my question is, why am I drawing so many monsters? But hey, it's Death Pro. He's going to go ahead and summon Yamato and set himself up. He smartly gets the Bujin Turtle as opposed to the hare. He knows I can make corn very easily. It doesn't take much. And I'm going to go ahead and summon my monsters and proceed with battle. Gotta get over his first card. No damage stuff, no nothing. I'm like, okay, you go ahead and lance me, I guess. I mean, I don't see the point to lancing me, but sure. Main phase 2, I'm not going to go into anything. I'm going to look over, I'm going to review over what I have. I do have Soul Drain, so not horrible right now. Definitely something that can help me win this game. If not, just really make some huge pushes. I still wonder why the hell did he lance my fucking Shura. It makes no sense. So, whatever. I don't care. Can't really think about what he did. He goes Duality into all of those great cards. It's gonna add the Tinky. Activate the Tinky to get Mikasushi. Summons the Mikasushi. And here's where things start to go in my favor. So, his monster, you know, gets 1,000 attack. He doesn't get a dual. I don't get a token because he activated Powder Duality. He can't special summon. Black Garden special summons to my side of the field, but on his turn. So, I mean, like, it's kind of weird. But, he's going to go ahead and attack over my Shura. I thought Yamato was going to battle the Shura. Or he's going to attack over my Zephyros. I thought the Yamato was going to battle my Shura. But comes to find out that he didn't have it. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you. So I can win battles now. Because obviously Kalut loses to his Crane all day, every day. But it's perfectly fine. I have Soul Drain face down. And there's a lot of great things I can do. The first thing that I wasn't thinking of, I don't know why I was thinking that Soul Drain doesn't activate. Or Zephyros doesn't activate. But I go ahead and activate Soul Drain. I know there's nothing he can do. He goes and Lance on my monster. And I'm like, nigga, nope. Kalut, I know you ain't got nothing. Go ahead and activate that monster's effect. Look at the cards that I get to special summon. I'm like, oh, well, that's not great. We're going to special summon Kawachi to the side of the field. I mean, not really, like, great, like I said, but still, it's a monster. Monster's a monster. And now I'm like, I have to get over this Yamato. I can't really let it sit on the board, even though I do have Soul Drain. And then I realized, oh, crap, maybe I should have special summoned Zephyros as well. Prior to activating Soul Drain, but it's whatever. It really doesn't even hurt me that much. That brings out Zephyro. Because, like, I still have plays. And I feel that Zephyro, sure on the field, with a Castell in defense position to bounce to Yamato, would have definitely worked a lot better than just, you know, Castell on the field to get rid of the Yamato. Thought about Black Shippercorn. Black Shippercorn does not work in this situation. We're just going to go ahead and go for Castell. In defense position, he does have Black Garden on the field. It only halves the attack. I mean, Castell is just going to get rid of the Yamato. I really can't have him on the field for the end phase, and that's the reason why I did it. I'm like, God, I really don't hope that he, you know, draws another Yamato, because, I mean, this man has had all the answers, and this isn't the best play to do, but I have to try for it. He goes ahead and summons Yamato again, but the bright part of him summoning Yamato the second time is that it has 950 attack. So it's a very manageable attack position monster, and I don't necessarily have to deal with him getting over my Castell or anything. So I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. This is fine. No back row. I know he needs to draw Decree or bust. He adds the Crane. That's fine with me. I just need to get over the Yamato for the second time. I draw Mystical Space Typhoon, and I feel really good right now. Incoming. Blizzard the Far North is going to special summon. It doesn't matter as long as it's a level 4. I thought about going into Armadas. Armadas probably would have been a better play now that I think about it. But I don't know. I just wanted Armor Master to shine in this given situation because it's such an underrated card. He's so good sometimes. We're going to go ahead and attack over his Yamato. He can crane me and I can put a wedge counter on it, or he can not crane me and, you know, lose it. And then I don't know why. I mean, no, I do know why I enter my end phase. The token does nothing for him. I know in the back of my head he can't activate Bujin Carnation, and I want to know if he knows he can't activate Bujin Carnation and that you necessarily need a monster banish. So he thinks that he can activate Bujin Carnation. He can't, because he needs a monster banish, and that's what ultimately wins me this game. Being able to just dwindle his resources, going to Blackwing Armor Master. Armadas would have definitely been the play to make because it would have been easier to make. It's still a great monster. But thank you guys for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy.